Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first semifinal match. We're ready to go, Gary. Dean Bear, joined with me is Gary Mazaroff. This matchup, we got 1 versus 5. Alex Landa versus Conrado Moscoso, USA versus Bolivia. First of all, Gary, guten Morgen.
Good morning to you, Wayne Dia. Bonjour.
Let's just talk a little bit about these two players right now. I mean, Landa has a lot to prove, wearing USA on the back. Mexico out in singles. They're still in doubles. Pressure, Landa. On the pro side, Landa really hasn't had the results that he's used to ever since he kind of was like the #2 player in the world. He's been slipping. He's staying at 3 on the pro tour. And then we could say Moscoso, his prediction on the pro tour has been going up. What's your thoughts on Conrado Moscoso coming into this match?
First of all, good morning to you, Dean. Good morning, Pablo. One might say we can throw that all out the window for this match. Here we are, semifinal in the World Championships. I've seen Alex play. He lives 4-hour drive away from me in Albuquerque, and I'll never count him out. On the other hand, Moscoso, top junior player for years. Now he's high on the pro tour, and he's ready. He wants that international title in his pocket.
That's eluded him. He's won a Grand Slam, but only in Bolivia. He's won Tier 1s as far as on the professional side, but on the international side, as an adult, the crown has eluded him. Is it his turn?
Oh, I think it certainly can be, and he's wearing that Bolivian flag on the back of his shirt. So what a great match to start with here.
Again, this is just like yesterday morning. You know, we had the first one was, you know, could be arguably one of the best. But, you know, we can't count out the other 7 matches, the other 6 matches we're going to have today. Because yesterday, as we saw, they did get better in the singles. Mercado moved on. The lineup for today is going to be men's semifinals, women's semifinals, women's semifinals. No breaks for us.
We haven't earned a break, Dean.
No, then they're going to go men's doubles, women's doubles, women's doubles.
Let's identify the referee team. We have Potro from Colombia, head ref. Gomez on the right from Colombia, and Hansel from Guatemala on the left.
Moscoso wins the toss. Starts out with a bullet, but it's short. I'll tell you, we talked before, this is the 20th IRF Racquetball World Championships. The implications are huge. It determines the seed for the World Games in Birmingham, Alabama next summer. And as we see Moscoso get his first point of the match, 1-0 for Conrado. That's what you're going to see from Alex. He's going to shoot regardless of the score, and regardless of where he is, he likes to shoot the ball.
Both these guys lightning quick, powerful, fantastic skill sets.
That's a reverse pinch for the unbelievable shot. Alex Landa, Team USA, getting their first opportunity here in Game 1 to serve and score points. In order to score a point, you must be the server. Our games, you must win 2. The games are to 15-15, and the third one is to 11 if necessary. For those of you watching, international rules will apply. Gary is here to clarify any and all of them. Here's a big setup from Moscoso. And he skips it into the corner. Both players are going to go bottom board. I mean, that's not a secret.
He telegraphed that reverse, but put it in the floor. Alex was ready for that ball. Jim Durham lives in California, head coach for the U.S. Malia from Virginia. She's the assistant coach. I believe Coco Keller is acting on behalf of Moscoso as his coach. That's his doubles partner, and they'll be playing later.
skipped in, point Landa. It's 2-1.
2-1.
We definitely want to appreciate Gearbox for being the official ball of this event. Gearbox Black, check them out on gearboxsports.com. That's a nice serve by Landa. Oh, that was pretty flat, Gary.
Great angle. Conrado, Moscoso, Sucre, Bolivia. Alex Landa resides in El Paso, Texas. He's from Ciudad Juarez, sister cities across the Rio Grande.
Landa's angry with that shot that he took.
Send our best to Luke St. Ange in Colorado Springs, Gustavo Farrell in El Paso. Thank you to all of our fans tuning in. So he had his racket up. He's entitled to 10 seconds after the score is called. Moscoso needs to check him. He did not. So that's a fault serve, second serve, Dean.
Yeah, Landa also looked back at the ref and pointed to his foot and said, hey, can you watch the footfall from Moscoso? That's not a secret either. Most referees know that, as Moscoso tries to blast that and has a gigantic skip for a side out. We're tied at 2, nice and early here. These players are not slow players, so it was interesting to see Landa keep his racket up. It's something I've never really seen him do, and that might be coming from the coaching.
Absolutely, yeah, good point, good point. I want to recognize Roger Fleming over here, first time USA trainer.
This is an absolutely fantastic venue in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Honestly, if you look at the broadcast of the court, it really puts the court in good light. Anytime you have a really nice, good stadium court, I mean, the transmission is just 100 times better for the fans at home.
Thank you to Pablo for his production skills.
Yeah, but it's more the Guatemala team that put together this facility, if I really need to be honest. But no, Pablo does a fantastic job. We know that, all kidding aside.
Tremendous support staff under the tutelage of Dr. Estuardo Ware here in Guatemala City, the capital.
Point Moscoso.
Two-point lead in favor of Conrado. 4-2, game 1.
Well, we talked about the men's 4 semifinalists yesterday. They're all shooters. They all hit the ball a ton. We got these 2 gentlemen right here, and coming up next, Mercado and Acuna both hit the ball a ton.
And both of these players will be playing later in doubles.
So now that Conrado jumped, but it hit his foot. And that's a hashtag, just a replay. As we're at 4-2.
4-2, replay. First serve. Let's watch his front foot here, that left foot. It was over the line, it was on the line. Part of the foot was over. The entire foot must clear it in order for it to qualify as a foot fault.
That's a nice return out of midair.
Didn't get the angle that time. He wanted to nick it. He left it clear of the wall.
And that's got to be, again, in the game plan for Landa, is to get Moscoso into second serve, because his first serve's pretty deadly.
Wow. Great gets. Rally-ending shot, deep left by Moscoso with that backhand. 4-2 game one. We're here at the Centro Deportiva, Guatemala City, new facility with 10 courts. No change on the score, Dean.
Yeah, they're kind of trading uppercuts, so to speak, or body blows, I should say.
Body blows, yeah.
One after the other. Short serve. See, both players like to attack that lob serve, so the nick is real important to get that ball deep. Moscoso's not going to miss that little push into the corner.
Patented two-handed backhand. So we're still at 4-2.
A ton of people watching. Want to thank you all for
Ball down.
Landa missed another easy one, and he's angry. I just noticed Alex kind of whacked the side wall. Now, from a referee standpoint, is that anything? Is that allowed in international competition?
Well, he should warn him. Give him a technical warning. Say we're not going to tolerate that. And one of the differences between U.S. and international rules, if player is, you fill in the blank, to get 3 technicals, they're disqualified from the match.
Now, is a warning necessary? In other words,
no,
does
it's
he have
not.
to start with a warning? Or can he go right with a technical?
You can go right to the technical.
Just out of curiosity.
You don't have to warn. The only warning that one isn't mandated to give is when the server and or receiver delay. They receive in 10 seconds. The first time in a match, it's a warning. Thereafter, it's a referee technical, and the subjected player loses a point. They don't get to 3. Once it's 3, they're out of the match.
Behind the back there, Moscoso around the world. Into the corner, winner for Moscoso. He's at 8-2.
8-2. Good start for Conrado.
Yeah, good timeout for Landa. He'll take a break. We will too. We'll be back right here on the International Racquetball Federation.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try it hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alejandro Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to semifinal Sunday in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Dean Baer alongside with Gary Nazaroff. We're at the 20th IRF Racquetball World Championships. Our first men's semifinals, Conrado Moscoso taking on the #1 seed Alex Landa. Moscoso is in an 8-2 lead. Come back from a Landa timeout. Moscoso serving. Look at that serve, Gary. That's tough. Serve, return, kill.
Most people would just be pleased to return it legally.
Yeah, I mean,
9-2.
The ball is flying off the racket of Conrado Moscoso right now, Gary. This may not favor well for the 1 seed Alex Landa. Both players will medal. That's a fact. And there's a flat rollout of double digits points for Alex Landa.
The question is, how long can Moscoso sustain?
Yeah, what I've seen from Conrado recently is he comes out, you know, jamming in game one, but game two, the foot is not on the pedal, the serves are not where they're supposed to be, and game two, and then he finds himself in a tiebreaker without the confidence. Winning game one is great, but when you lose game two and you have to go into that breaker, the confidence, the momentum shift, we talk about that a lot. So going into a tiebreaker, the momentum is on the guy who won game two, and it's usually not Moscoso.
We'll see if that plays out.
Correct, just something to think about, but here's the second serve lob. This is what Landa wants, and that's what he's got to get.
Analogy is a baseball pitcher. First time through the batting order, throwing BBs, nobody can touch him.
Exactly.
Second, third time they come in, a little bit tired, the legs start to go, then they bring in the relief pitcher. I'm not convinced we have relievers here in Racquetball.
No, but look at the serves from Landa, too. Skipped a nice ceiling ball, 0.3. So what Landa did there was exactly what Moscoso's been doing. He really had a really good drive serve with a lot of power. He had a nice third shot. It wasn't a kill shot, but it was a great pass. Moscoso came. But Landa really has to get first serve in. And not let Moscoso shoot like that.
Well, what Conrado did on the return was he didn't try to do too much. Took an overhead, took some pace off it, located it, and got the weak return from Landa.
Second serve. Yeah, like I said, this is where Landa has to capitalize. Second serves.
Oh my.
Wow, you can't shoot that ball, Alex. You gotta go to the top. You gotta go to the ceiling.
Well, that ball was located so deep with such a good angle. He's trying to wrap that ball around off that deep right side wall. He couldn't.
Wow, that's a bullet into the corner. Point number 13. 13-10. Moscoso with a commanding lead in game number one.
Alex has taken one of his 2 timeouts. One remaining.
Now normally, he wouldn't take the second. Well, he wouldn't take one. But having a coach makes a difference. This could be trouble. And it is. Point 14. Now, normally you would see a timeout right here, and you don't from Landa.
Yeah.
Game point, Landa.
I think Team USA is conceding this game. Hopefully they'll come up with some adjustments, put them right back into the match in game 2.
Short serve. Well, again, I think it's going to really come down to can Moscoso serve the same in game 2. Normally that's a no, but we got to see.
Well, the last few innings, he's had 3 of 4 short serves with that drive.
Yeah, like you said before, the legs get a little tired. You know what? You might also let your guard down like you just did there. And now we got a side out. Landa back in the service box. 3 serves 14.
Let's see if he can generate a little bit of momentum going into the second game.
It's a good get by Alex. Big setup and bullet down the line. I see, Landa, I don't know why he tried to go for that ball. I don't know why he dove for it. I don't think he had a chance, clearly. So sometimes you got to save your body. I mean,
instinct, buddy.
I know. Game 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen, 15-3. That's not the start we expected from Alex Landa, but kudos to Conrado Moscoso for serving really well. And players are going to take a break, and we will too. We'll be back for the start of Game 2 on the International Racquetball Federation.
The Colorado Springs Sports Corp brings top-flight events to Olympic City, USA. Each summer, more than 10,000 competitors gather to compete in the Rocky Mountain State Games. Spectators and competitors from around the world witness the prestigious Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And the annual Labor Day liftoff blends the scenic beauty of Colorado Springs with an awe-inspiring collection of hot air balloons, music, and fun. To learn more, visit coloradospringssports.org.
Who passes the flag to William Bell from Birmingham. Give a big round of applause.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 about ready to start. Alex Landa serving. Want to say hello to a good friend, Faria Savia in Tarija, Bolivia, and his cousin, Valentina, who qualified for the 10 and under but didn't make the trip. So I want to say hello to them. Also want to say a quick thank you to the broadcast partners here, one being Court Wars, Mania Athletics, presented by Williams Accounting, the Zurich Foundation, and as well as Planeta Racquetball for their big support of the broadcast here. I want to thank them so much. Game 2 is in the books. Dean Bear Game 1 is in the books. Game 2 is starting. Dean Bear along with Gary Mazur. We're at the IRF Racquetball World Championships. Major implications here. The seeding for the World Championships, the World Games in Alabama, Birmingham next year. Gary, 2 sides out quick.
Yeah, Alex had the serve, got the weak return on the first serve, skipped it in. Then he was able to get a side out again, no score.
It was a flat rollout by Moscoso that hit the front wall, sidewall, and just rolled.
16 players, singles only, will be in the World Games. And it's an elimination format, no pool play.
Just get there, play, win or lose, go home. Good get right there by Moscoso. You see how Moscoso's leaving the ball up a lot? So a little different than Game 1. Game 1, he was shooting, killing everything.
Yeah.
His serves so far have been coming off the back wall. Those are easy to get for Landa, even though they've got a lot of speed. So we're seeing a little bit different serving from Moscoso, and that's exactly what we alluded to.
Yeah. As the legs go, so go the drive serves. Good start for Landa here.
Well, he was up Game 1, 1-0 too. And then it was, I think, 2-2. Then it was all Moscoso.
Try to figure out the adjustments the Team USA coaching staff gave to Alex. Maybe just to pump him up. Play your game, Alex.
Yeah, point number 2, Landa with a 2-point lead. I don't think he's ever had that yet in this match. So question in the chat box was, are they doing red, white, and blue, red, white, blue, red, white division? I'm not sure, Mike, if you're talking about at this event or in Alabama, but in Alabama, it's just...
No, the answer's no.
Yeah.
Now this event's converging with the juniors, so in the junior play they are. It's Olympic format.
Yeah, for this particular bracket here, there's not red-white divisions, but if you lose in certain rounds, you have to go to another bracket to find out what position you come in.
1 through 16 and then 17 to 24. And in the past, somebody that ranked 23rd, 24th actually participated in the World Games because many of the players ahead of them elected not to participate due to numerous reasons. So they rank order them enough so that they end up with a 16 draw for the men and the women.
Not the doubles. Let's clarify that for the fans at home. We're at 2-2. Second serve from Conrado Moscoso. Landa waiting patiently for that ball. There's a big setup from Moscoso. Flat rollout, Moscoso, point number 3.
Alex is overhitting a lot of shots, giving Conrado opportunities off that back wall.
One of the things I don't like from Alex Landa is his body language when the score is not, when he's down. I like when he's more animated.
Controlled animation.
1 up, 1 down. It's an appeal used.
So folks, we have 3 available appeals per game with lines people. And Landa just used one of those 3. In the U.S., that would have not counted as an appeal because one of the lines persons disagreed. That's not true in international play.
Four 4-2. Now Moscoso on the defense. Nice diving get again. Landa might shoot even lower.
Oh my.
Moscoso gave him one.
5 great gets. The 6th time he's right up in the front court and he puts it into the floor.
They're looking for a towel to clean up. I mean, what do you do? Conrado Moscoso can't take that shot. I'm surprised he tried to push it and not actually shoot it. But I mean, one of those gets was, I really thought the ball was past him down the line, and he kind of flew out and he got the ball. So hats off to him.
What a great rally. 2-4 Landa serving to Moscoso. Game number 2. Landa lost the first 15-3. If it goes a third, it'll be 11 points, win by 1.
Short. Landa also is not serving well. His first serve is not in there at all. Again, this is the first time we've got to see Landa play singles on the championship court. That also has a factor. Moscoso played on this court already. Landa didn't.
Good point.
Nice little kill shot. You know, so game 1 for Alex Landa was the first time playing here with the sidewall glass, and that could have been a factor. I mean, let's take nothing away from Moscoso. He was serving well.
Another short serve.
But you can see Landa's serve is nowhere near getting in. The fire from Landa, that's what I want to see. When Landa, you know, gets angry at himself, he plays better.
Moscoso Sucre Bolivia serving. Wonderful serve, Dean.
Gonna do a repeat.
First serve.
Well, Moscoso rolled the ball, so Landa should not really be angry about that. But, you know, Landa doesn't want to see another first serve. Wow. The whole U.S. team is telling him to appeal. But he already lost one appeal. You can. Well, I think Moscoso called it himself.
He overruled himself. He skipped that ball in, so it's 3-4. No points scored on that previous drive serve by Conrado.
On that drive serve, I mean, every single body on the U.S. side was flipping their hands up and down, telling him to appeal. Short. Again, Landa's serve's just not there yet. Not saying he can't catch fire quickly. There's a beautiful down the line pass by Conrado Moscoso. That serve. Off the back wall, Landa gets it. That was a little bit ill-advised. Tried to be cute, Gary, and cute never wins in racquetball.
Good point. One might say that Alex is fortunate to be down only one in this game.
Skipped point. Oh, he got it?
Got it. That was one of the few drive serves that Alex got in.
Yeah, but it was high. I mean, his contact point was high. The first bounce was well past the dotted line, which means usually the ball's going to come flying off the back wall, and it did.
So there's a reason, perhaps, if you want to stay with an offensive serve, to hit some jams, hit some reverses into the right corner. Don't always go directly into the deep left. He's had poor percentage of success.
That skipped in. I think Moscoso overrode that last serve again, because I heard the referee call point. But it wasn't. It was a side out. It was a second serve. Again, I think Moscoso overrides himself often with his serve.
No change in the score, folks. It's still 3-4. Landa's serve.
I want to see Landa serve to the forehand.
Do something else.
Yeah.
He's gotten few of those serves in, and when he has, they haven't been effective.
Like that was a nice Z serve. Referee called skip.
(4-4) empate, 4 igual.
This is good for Landa. Serve to the forehand. There you go. Told you.
Thank you, Coach. That's different too, going with the Z. Put it away on that one.
Landa was looking for
another
a
skip call.
Yeah, that ball's kind of bouncing kind of funny. It actually sounds flat, but it looks like a skip. It was an appeal, 1 up, 1 down. Appeal used, Conrado, Moscoso. 1 appeals used each, correct?
1 appeal each. So each of them have 2 remaining. Look, there's a lead for Landa, folks.
Sticks with the Z serve. It's been effective. Landa wanted a block, I think. He got Moscoso right in his way.
Based on where he was and where the ball was relative to his racket, it was a good non-call in our opinion. I want to welcome Tom Travers, Team Costa Rica head coach.
He's getting ready. He's up next.
Entrepreneur.
He's up next with Andres Acuna versus Mercado, Costa Rica, Colombia. Coming up next. Moscoso tied it back up at 5. See the serves coming flying off the back wall. That was in the crack, but it stayed up. So
no change in score, 5 each. Empate at 5. Game 2, 20th
timeout.
World Racquetball Championships here in Guatemala City, the capital of Guatemala. City of about 1 million, metro area, we've been told about 7 million. About 17 to 18 million people live here in the country. Beautiful, beautiful place. Put it on your list, folks.
Especially if you want to play some racquetball down here.
So, Dean, Alex started that serve with his foot on that drive serve line, which precludes him from hitting the ball behind him.
Yeah. Well, he is stepping as he moves, so I think in international play that should be okay.
It's the release of the ball, so
it would be that would be a really tough call. Side out again.
If he takes a half step into the service zone, he has that option available.
Beautiful shot down the line. Animated Alex Landa and an animated Team USA in the stands. Team USA in the men's semifinals already. 2 women in the semifinals will face off against each other. They're in the men's doubles and they're in the women's doubles. And the other USA singles player, Jake Bredenbeck, was taken out by Mario Mercado from Colombia. That was a really good match. We had that here.
Look at his foot now, it's off that line.
And maybe he was told. So someone said even on a Z, no, the Z serve he can do, but he can't go behind his back.
Exactly.
With the ball.
Not that he's going to use it, but it tells Conrado, hey.
I might. Respect it. Now he goes to the forehand. We're at 6-5. Second serve.
Back on the line.
Yeah, both players did the same thing to each other. I mean, on Conrado's Z serve, Alex went cross court. Moscoso was there, same thing. Moscoso went cross court, but Landa, it eluded the racket of Alex Landa.
Great serve.
Ace, point, Moscoso. 6-6. Alex has to just keep it close.
Keep it close. Good serves. Score. Keep Moscoso from bunching the points. Get the 1s and 2s, not the 4s and 5s.
4s and 5s are never good. Unless you're down.
Nice.
Yeah. Nowhere Moscoso could go with that ball, but down the line, Alex read it well. Kept it up. Landa had a chance. Punched it into the left corner. We're at 6-6. Landa serving. Team USA.
Coming back with the drive Z, left side. Great return.
It sounded funny. The diving get by Landa. Wow. What a reverse pinch by Conrado, but what a rally. That rally was absolutely fantastic. I think that's the best rally of the match so far.
Head ref, Potro Torres from Colombia.
Point.
Pure down
Power.
that right side.
And pure power. I always said it before, both of these guys have tremendous amount of power.
Getting closer to the midday here in Guatemala City. The crowd is filtering in Sunday morning.
Short serve. 7-6. Moscoso with a lead. Easy kill shot for Conrado Moscoso. He knew he was going to go right down the line to himself because Landa was in the middle. Timeout on the court. We'll take a break too. We'll be back on the International Racquetball Federation.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop their whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try it hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alejandro Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2. Conrado Moscoso serving 8. Serves 6 to Alex Landa, Team USA in the back. This is game 2. Moscoso took game 1, 15-3. Good serve, good return. Skipped in. That was a good return by Landa. That kind of hit the side wall. I think Moscoso was expecting that to be right down the line, but it just touched the side wall, went into his body, kind of got handcuffed.
6-8, game 2. Landa serving, trying to force a tiebreak, which will be 11 points.
Want to say hello to Luis Conrado Moscoso. Saludo. Conrado's papa watching. Saludos, Mr. Moscoso.
Winner.
Nice shot, Alex Landa. Point number 7. Like I said before, Gary, it's very tough for Moscoso to keep his foot on the gas. And he does this often where he lays up. Now Landa kind of going back to the drive serve. I would stick to the drive serve to the forehand because you're going to expect Conrado to move.
Unfortunately, it came up short. Good
That's
call,
twice.
Coach.
That's twice.
Back to the Z.
Well, he can afford to miss on his first serve because his second serve Z has been super effective. Look at that pass, touch the sidewall. Now he's got a setup.
It's kept him in the game here. He changed.
Skip Moscoso.
That's one of the changes probably the coaching staff told him to use rather than going with that more defensive serve.
Yeah, I would go right back again. I would coming from the first serve. He's going to go with the drive again, but I would stick with the forehand on the drive just to keep him guessing. Landa goes down to the backhand. It's a short serve. We're knotted up at 8. Gonna go back to that Z. You might see Moscoso run, cut it off. Good grab off the back wall, but a big setup. That's called a plum, but he's there. And another great get. Another great get. There was a little, Moscoso hit the ball right back to himself. Great shot by Landa. Watch this get, Gary. That was unbelievable. And then here's the one where Moscoso's kind of in the way. I don't know. That was tough. On the replay, it's a 50-50 call.
Yeah. 8-8 again. Gracias por saludos. El don Conrado Moscoso, El Mayor in Bolivia and Sucre. Thank you, my friend, for the greeting.
It's a good serve by Landa and a good rally. Landa with the lead once again. So what we're seeing here in game 2 is lead shifts, and it's going with those 1s and 2s. We're not seeing 3s and 4s and 5s, and that's good. That's good racquetball right there.
Unlike game 1, where Moscoso put those bunches together.
The Z serve didn't fool him. Did not fool him. The Z serve to the forehand. Now, Alex needs to keep doing what he was doing.
Hola, Bagamara. Dueña de squash in Bolivia, in Cochabamba. Hello. Gonzalo Amaya.
Good grab by Moscoso. Two big setups for both of these guys. Beautiful shot down the line. Look at Moscoso wiping up the floor with his chest. Comes up empty.
The longer the game goes, the more it plays into the hands of Landa. The legs are going to start going. The drive serves are going to be less accurate for Moscoso. He starts pounding his body into the floor. If Landa can get this into the tiebreaker, I would put him in favor of the outcome.
I'm going to agree with you there. Like I said before, game 2, Moscoso, the serves, and they're not those bombs. They're coming off the back wall. Those are easy for Landa to return, and he hasn't been scoring the bunches. So advantage Landa here in game 2. Shift of the momentum. Even though the score doesn't reflect a gigantic lead for Landa, the fact that he lost game 1 15-3 and now he's kind of even up, that's a good sign. Oh, Landa's gonna want that one back. It's a little too easy for Moscoso to rip down the pinch.
We got a response from David Staub from Seattle. We'll discuss that when we break. Thank you, David. So
let's stay here.
Let's
discuss
here.
It.
So Dean and I were discussing the fact that when Moscoso was standing left side, he had his foot on that drive serve line, which precludes him from, assuming that the referee catches it, it precludes him from hitting the ball behind himself on the drive serve. That's an automatic violation. It's a drive serve violation. So what David was saying, that limits him and gives the opponent a chance to tune in to his other options. case in point, the Z left, or kind of an inside-out swing to the right, deep right corner, but he hasn't been using that.
No. Landa's serve, although his first serve is not coming in hard and strong, he's missing. That Z has been effective for him. It's generating the return from Moscoso that's given Alex a chance to score. And that's all you want from your serve. You know, there's some players, yes, they want the ace. We talked about the Tom Travers school, you know, serve return, kill, weak return. But as long as it gives it the rally, I think the longer the rally, the better it is for Alex Landa. Players are back on the court. Moscoso will serve. He's at 8 serves, 9. I believe that timeout was called by Moscoso.
We'll check and see how many he has available. There are 2 timeouts available per game in international play, folks. We would ask Travers, but Travers never uses a timeout, so.
They both took one.
Okay. Overrated. Timeouts are overrated.
Good diving get try for Conrado Moscoso, but he misses it. Comes up empty.
Speaking of empty opportunity for him. Landa coming in serving.
And he called the timeout, so part of that 30%. It might be 30. It might be 35-65 now, with all the ones we had this week.
Correct.
And this is only on the broadcast. It skipped in.
Piso, skip ball point.
Again, the whole U.S. team had that little skip sign. Everyone knows that, almost like that wave.
It's a game of adjustments. Team USA told them, hey, second serves, go with the drive, Z. It's been very effective.
It wasn't right there. That he left that angle was not enough. It came short against the wall. That was a splat kill for Conrado Moscoso.
It's given him the opportunity to have a 2-point lead. So now Conrado trying to catch up in game 2. He certainly doesn't want a tiebreak.
Absolutely not. Landa does, that's for sure. Landa, I think at this point of the match, is expecting a tiebreaker. And that's good from a psychological standpoint. You know, knowing or thinking you're going to win. A lot of times you have to think, you know, the result you want. For those of you watching at home, you know, you got to believe in yourself. You can't go in and say, you know, I'm done in 2. And I don't think that these pro athletes do that at all. And they are professionals.
Not on this international stage. Great serve. But he skipped that third ball in.
He's going to appeal.
That was a Tom Travers MO.
Disagree.
Serve weak, return, put away. But he skipped it in.
Referee called it good. Immediate appeal from the whole U.S. team and Alex. 2 thumbs down, overturned, turns into a side out, Landa.
Overruled, no appeal used.
Another skip, fist pump, Alex Landa.
Dean, I like what Alex did that time on that third ball. He didn't try to overhit it.
Nope.
It was the angle. It made Conrado do some ballet moves deep court, and he skipped it in.
Yeah, Kelly North in the chat, you're absolutely correct. The wisdom of the play. Look at that serve. Look at that serve. Before we get back to Kelly, instead of the drive, he went right into the jam, and Moscoso adjusted. He shot, skipped it again. The last four shots Moscoso took, skips. But Kelly, you're right. Gary is giving us an excellent analysis of the differences of the players. Super knowledge. Skipped again. Moscoso taking his second time out here. Yeah, see the sloppy play? Let's stay. We have to stay, Gary, because this is important.
So Moscoso's used his allotment of timeouts. He may need one later on. He doesn't have it available.
No, I mean, he's at 12-8, but it's the last 5 points that Landa got were all Moscoso skips. Landa's really adjusting his serves. He's changing this height and the speed on those Z's. Moscoso's still trying to attack, but he's not reading the angle or the height at all. And he's going bottom board. Overthinking Conrado Moscoso is exactly what I told you in game one. Comes out in game one, bombs, serves well. The aces, they're not coming off the back wall. Look at all Moscoso's serves. Other than that last one, they all are coming flying off the back wall. That's an easy adjustment for a high level of player like Alex Landa. So the Bolivian team needs to get him focused, because I feel over those last few points, the focus from Moscoso is gone.
Yeah.
Players are back.
Sometimes coasting in the first game can be your worst enemy.
Achilles heel, absolutely. So Landa up by 4. Biggest lead Landa's had in the match. Set up. What I want to see is a Landa kill. There it is. See what I'm saying? All the points Landa got were off Moscoso's skips. Now we see a Landa kill shot. What that does for Alex as a player, it gives him all the confidence he needs. Yes, he was getting the skips from him, and some may say those are free points, but Landa's putting pressure on Conrado, and now Landa took advantage of a really, sloppy play, and he killed the ball.
Look at the difference in body language now. Alex, chin up, chest out.
Look at Moscoso.
Yeah.
Although he's looking at the floor to get but his body language is, and he's tired.
That's a metaphor. He is tired.
Well, I mean, he's played a lot of racquetball also. He's in the doubles, he's in the singles, but so has Landa. Landa also coming in as the 1 seed. Some may say has an easier path here. That could be fair. Around the world. Landa left that one up. That was mistake Landa.
He wants that one back.
Yeah.
Alex went with a drive Z that time, first serve.
Yeah, Landa took out Manzuri, then Juan Salvatierre, and now he's up against Moscoso. Moscoso played Diego Garcia, tough. Andre Perea, more tough. So the path has been advantage Landa, and you get that being the 1 seed.
It's accurate. Yeah, more difficult road to this semifinal for Moscoso.
Wow, that's a double fault. He hit the ceiling on his lob serve. And now the body language. Okay, you see the body language, that walk from the front to the back? Not good. I mean, good for Landa, not good for Bolivia.
He could be emotionally tired as well, and consequently he gets a double fault.
That looked like a short serve.
It did.
And
let's see if he appeals.
Moscoso's appealing that instantly.
Yeah, overruled.
Short serve, second serve. I mean,
so he's likely to go back with that drive Z, deep left.
yeah, thinking you're coming up with match point, or game point, and now you have to go back to a second serve. That's also a little psychological play here.
I stand corrected. Goes with the reverse.
Hit the camera. So now that ball was in play, was it?
Should be first serve.
Is it first serve? Yeah, the referee's telling him it's second serve, Gary.
Okay. Should be first serve.
Yeah.
Because he legally returned it.
And the referees converged on, I guess, a clarification there. So excellent officiating.
Back to the drive. Left.
Second serve anyway.
So he's come out of that drive Z. Oh my.
Wow. But look at the body language from Landa, making a mistake, but chest out, staying confident. You know, and he kind of laughed at himself.
Let's see if that pays dividends for Moscoso coming into serve again.
Ooh, Moscoso slipped on, I don't know, maybe a wet spot, maybe he zigged instead of zagging. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if we had a replay.
As far as we know, folks, that would be a side out. We'll wait and see.
Now Moscoso, I think he has a broken string, so he came off the court because he doesn't have a timeout, so he cannot exit the court unless there was some.
The official must allow him to exit the court for an official timeout for a replacement of the racket. He has 30 seconds to secure another racket.
And is he allowed to take a drink, change a glove, or talk to his coach?
No.
Good, good.
He must come back within 30 seconds, do nothing more than secure a racket.
Landa, now serving. He's going first serve with that Z. Set up. Flat rollout, Landa. Oh, that's game point. We missed one.
We missed one.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Game one is in the books. 15-3, 15-8. Landa takes game two. We're going to a tiebreaker. Before we leave, Gary, let's just explain real quick. So Landa had he had the short serve. It was a second serve. He put the ball in play. Conrado overhand. He hit had a court
hit the camera.
Hit the camera on the front court.
So the reading is that it would have been a legal return. Once that happens, it nullifies a previous false serve.
So that's the reason we went back to first serve. Ladies and gentlemen, excellent analysis from Gary Mazarov. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the start of the tiebreaker right here on the International Racquetball Federation.
Who passes the flag to William Bell from Birmingham. Give a big round of applause.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tiebreaker, getting ready to start up here. We got a shirt change for both players. Now, I don't know if that just was from them or if it came from the referee. Could have come from the referee.
Could have.
Moscoso wearing the orange, the Bolivia on the back. So again, in international play, players must, and that's an absolute must, have their country on the back of their shirt.
That's correct. Conspicuous. 0-0 tiebreak. First to 11. 2 timeouts, 3 available appeals. Moscoso serving.
See, and this is where Moscoso. Wow, can't get that one. Good dive into the corner. But like I was just trying to say in the beginning here, Moscoso doesn't come out on fire. Let's take a quick replay quick. Look at this pass. Moscoso down the line. Landa just runs out of time.
We alluded to this yesterday, Dean, about the reserve. Let's see how much reserve Moscoso has here, whether he'll try to implement that into drive serves.
What I've seen from Moscoso in the past, now Alex is looking for a towel to not only wipe the floor, but I think his arm. So what I've seen from Moscoso in the past has been very similar. He's been wins first game, loses second game, kind of lets them kind of go. But in the tiebreaker, he jumps out to a 4 or 5 point lead. But then again, he has a tough time closing it out. He always leaves the door open for his opponent to get back in the game.
Quite a bit on the line here, folks. World Games in Birmingham next year, next summer, seeding purposes.
That's a side out right there. We're still at 0-0. Good grab, but there's another setup for Landa. And a nice good get by Moscoso. Got another great rally, good get. Set up Landa. Can't get that one. And the fist pump from Alex Landa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for an absolute fantastic tiebreaker, if that's any indication of the way this is going to go. That rally was phenomenal. And it was the best rally of the match so far.
Another towel timeout, Dean.
Safety. Safety is a concern.
Potro Torres from Colombia, head ref. Hansel from Guatemala on the left, one linesperson. Poncho Gomez on the right from Colombia, the other linesperson.
Good first point for Landa. That's 1-0, Team USA. And a good serve from Landa, but it was short. Second serve. Place is getting crowded now for a Sunday. We're in semifinal Sunday. Big setup for Moscoso. And that was flat as, that was a flat pancake shot. So is that Gary Mazeroff on the mic? Yes, it is. Your favorite Texan.
Hello, Rhonda.
Look at that down the line, and another really good fist pump from Alex Landa. I like the body language from Landa. Remember game one, he started off very slow. It was his first match played on the glass court here, the championship court. So it was good adjustment from Landa. Terrible shot by Moscoso, left it up. And a pass, Alex Landa.
Landa is on a mission with a capital M.
I will agree. So racquetball is a game of runs. When we were in break, we were talking with Coach Tom Travers. He brought up a really good point. Every player comes back. It's very tough to close out a game. That's a very good point. That looked like it was flat too.
0-2, Moscoso from Bolivia. Serving to Landa, playing for the USA. First match of 7 to be streamed today, folks.
Landa fist pump again, and body language says it all. Again, I think that's exactly, Moscoso needs a coach that's going to help him with his body language, help him with his composure.
He needs his dad here.
Yeah.
Senior.
Well, he's not, so. Another good get by Landa. Another good get by Landa. Can't get that one. That was a little too close for comfort, that rally.
Nice gesture. Great get, drop in the corner. What's happened the last couple rallies is
it's tough. You can miss that ball.
Moscoso's been hitting forcing shots, but Landa's retrieving them.
Yeah, Landa's he's been reading. It doesn't get flatter than that one. And in every single kill shot, Landa comes up with the fist pump. That says a lot. Again, it really works for his confidence. And again, we could say it, you know, maybe the body language from Moscoso also says a lot.
2-0 still.
Short serve.
That's a tough serve, especially in the tiebreak. Get that ball clear from that short line. Coming right side, so looks like he's going to come back with some type of defensive serve. And he comes with the nick.
Oh, good return there. Good camera angle, too.
Wasn't a bad serve either. He
No.
just, Moscoso made a better return.
I mean, he had to shoot it from 39 and a half feet, so regardless. The score's 0-2.
Senor Tovar from Ciudad Juarez, gracias.
Another good pass by Landa.
Alex's pinches seem to be a little tighter in this game.
Yeah,
His passes a little bit more out of reach.
Landa's, I think, asking the ref, you know, how come he didn't get a warning for Conrado smashing the glass with his racket?
Each one gets one again. Match. Remember, you made that comment about Alex hitting the left
Yes.
side wall in game one.
Absolutely. Next up on championship court, Costa Rica versus Colombia. Semifinal Sunday here at the International Racquetball Federation. Skipped in, point Landa. And again, a missed opportunity. Going bottom board, Conrado Moscoso. Excellent serve by Landa. Fist pump, body language. Just can't say it enough here. You're watching it. Tell us what you see.
Physically drained, perhaps, and more importantly, emotionally drained.
Set up Landa. Good grab off the back wall, but another setup. Good get. Again, we got a great rally here. Landa right down the line. Pinch, pinch, skip. Alex Landa. And I see a very animated Team USA, especially doubles partner Charlie Pratt going on there telling Landa, get one. I love the message. It's used a lot. Charlie Pratt uses that a lot. He used it when he coaches
Another
the
timeout
juniors.
from
Yeah, and
Moscoso.
he needs it because the momentum shifted.
And the longer each rally goes, the more it plays into the hands of Landa.
Yeah, and you can see you could see Moscoso camp over there, Gary. Take a quick look. You know, Coco Keller's kind of whispering in his ear a little bit, but I don't see any animation. Remember we talked about Barrios and Menezes yesterday.
Zero.
Kind of flat, no emotion,
Yeah, that's the same theme. There's no team leader here. Keller's not really the team leader of Bolivia. He's a player. He's acting as coach. Barrios and Menezes, there was no team captain.
Yeah, and I mean it's evident, it's needed, and to be honest, the IRF should make it a requirement. I'm going to throw that out there. It should be a requirement that a team leader is here and a coach is here. Just my opinion.
That's fine.
So now Conrado's kind of wiping his feet. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know if Moscoso got a warning when he hit the glass. I know Landa was asking for it. I think Landa got one in game one.
I'm in agreement with you. Next year, there will be a team leader in Birmingham. But reality kicks in, reality bites, my friend.
No, I know.
And it's a tough go economically.
I know.
Meanwhile, 4-zip.
Yeah. missed that opportunity, and Moscoso also slipped, and he's down. And he's not getting up. Landa just walked right by him. Yeah, he's not moving. His kind of legs, he kind of did a split with his legs, looking for that ball. Open stance. That hurts anybody, even an Olympic gymnast.
It hurt us to watch it.
I'm not getting up unless you wheel in one of those stretchers. Well, it's nice to see him up. Again, let's take a quick look at Moscoso's, not only his body language, but I'm trying to look at his facial expressions, Gary. He's wincing a lot as he's walking. But what you can't do if you're Alex Landa, which is why he just walked right past him, is you can't get involved in that. You need to move on. And you need to stay focused because you lost the serve, you missed a good opportunity, and now Moscoso's serving.
Side out, 0-4, first to 11, earns a berth in the final.
Remember, Moscoso took one timeout already. It looked like a football.
Could have been his ploy to stay on the ground, so it was
Yeah.
a referee timeout, and he didn't have to exhaust his resources.
Shot selection. Shot selection. That rally, Moscoso, I don't want to say a free one, but he gave Landa too many opportunities. Landa did not take advantage. Point number 1 for Bolivia.
Moscoso got away with a loose high lob there, didn't nick. 1-4.
Good shot right there. So Joanne Pomodoro, who is from the Boston area, she's also a sports psychologist. Joanne, I want to ask you a very specific question because you're watching the match. What can you tell me from the body language from Conrado Moscoso prior to that fall on the ground? If you can write that, I would appreciate it.
Hello, Joanne.
Fantastic resource as well. Look at that. This is going to be a setup. Landa. Cross court, Moscoso's on it. Wow, flat rollout, F-L-A-T, ladies and gentlemen, from Landa. 5-1. What a way to score a point.
Drives Z again. Good serve.
Yeah, he's got that angle. Skipped in. Moscoso trying to shoot on the run. You know, 80% of the time that's going to be a skip when you're running.
Once again, game 1, easy coast to a win.
Yeah, but you
Not
gotta
now, not in the tiebreak.
no. And if you're Landa, you have to, like Coach Travis said, you have to expect your opponent to push and make a run. You're not going to see Moscoso, you know, lay down. So Joanne is saying he's out of gas. And he's looking for a second wind. Thank you, Joanne. Here's a nice big plum. Landa. Look at that get. Another great get. Another great rally, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he was there. What a rally. Let's take a look. Look at this. Look how close here. I wanted Landa to go right back to himself, but what good reads. These players are really reading each other. We have the time for this replay because they're going to wipe up 3/4 of the court there. Look at the spin from Landa. And here, the ball's up. He just swings and misses.
Cindy Tilbury, we're going to identify that rally as one of the top 10 for ESPN.
Joanna, I'm going to agree with you. Out of gas, I don't know if I would use the word out of gas, but I will use the word the tank is low.
He's on E. Joanne, he's on E. Is it empty or is it enough?
Well, after that rally, Conrado takes his second and final timeout in the tiebreaker. The implications there, Gary, in not having that resource at
it's huge.
7-1.
It's huge. I mean, we talked about a few points earlier when he slipped and he stayed down. He was awarded a referee timeout. If Potro could have assessed him a second timeout then, he wouldn't have this available. If he calls a timeout, it's a technical foul, he'd lose a point.
Well said, well said. Definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in. This place is getting pretty crowded here.
Brian Anchetta, good to have you part of this broadcast. Thank you, Sandy, for your input. Keep those smiles on your face.
So, I want to use the word monkey on the back of Alex Landa, switching from USA from Mexico to USA, and here he is in the semifinals. But look at, there's that reserve tank. Here comes the push from Moscoso.
So maybe the E is not empty, it's enough. Dave Staub, Neil Everett.
Let's see. And there's a flat rollout. Here comes the push from Conrado.
2-7, first to 11 wins, earns a berth in the final of the 20th edition of the International Racquetball Federation World Championships.
Short serve.
Guatemala City, the capital of Guatemala. Beautiful complejo here. New facility with 10 courts.
Wow, what a great return. That's exactly what Landa needed. Moscoso, he didn't have to use any energy on that first point, that second point that he just got there after the side out, but he definitely needed to get one, and it's really nice. Well, it's good for Landa that he kept the pressure on here.
Landa was able to come in, cross his body, take that Z early.
Short serve. Second serve. Let's remember in game 2, both players had a lob, second serve fault, a double fault. Doesn't happen too often. Perfect spot, 2 bounce get. Landa didn't kill that ball, but Gary, the angle was fantastic.
Didn't try to overdo it.
Ocho, subiendo dos in game number 3.
40-foot, 39-foot right side pass.
Skipped in, Moscoso.
2 points from the match.
Again, there was a lot of close play there. A lot of almost incidental contact. But Landa, comfortable 7-point lead in the breaker. Once again, this game is to 11. First one to get there goes to the finals. Set up off the back wall. Landa, cross court. Between the legs, Moscoso pinch winner. Absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look at this one. Goes up top. Landa has a really good cross court. Just comes a little bit off the back wall and between the legs, winner.
That's his favorite shot, my friend.
It's going to be a replay screen. Yeah, referee right away called a replay, and he actually put his hands in front of his eyes. Again, if Moscoso is going to stand at center court, you can't pinch the ball and have the ball come right through center court.
Yeah, the ball was up, definitely. Good call. First serve, 2-9. Is the E for empty or enough?
That was a fantastic serve.
Oh.
See, Landa's on it. What Landa's doing is he's expecting the power, okay, but he's also anticipating the shot, and he's right there. He's right there for that cross court. And all he does is stick his racket out. He doesn't even swing it. He uses Moscoso's power to make his shot. The winner moves on to the final. Landa goes to the forehand, short serve. Moscoso picked up. So now, when the serve is called short, some people in the chat box may ask, you know, and if Landa thinks it's good, why appeal it? If he appeals it, he's only going to get first serve.
Unless the referee thinks it's irretrievable, but that certainly was retrievable.
Yeah, he got it.
Well, he'll get one more serve.
So
if it's obvious, if he has 3 appeals at this point in the game, go ahead and use one.
Appeal management, that's called.
So he's going with the drive Z again. Left up.
Left up again. Backhand, cross-court winner. That's one of Landa's favorite shots, ladies and gentlemen. Uses his body, puts it to the right side of the court, and we have our first match point opportunity for Alex Landa to make a trip to the finals. No timeouts for Team Bolivia. Landa has 2 in his pocket. Don't expect him to use them. Wow, what a great return. So there you go. Match point number 1 held off. Moscoso looking to score 1. Punto, point. Again, going back to what we said before, we have to expect a run from Moscoso. And is it enough?
That's one of the only effective drive serves he's had in this game.
Since game 1.
Maybe he's saving it for last.
Yeah, but well, he might be saving it for his doubles match. Nice slap to the right side by Landa. Landa looking for one more, ladies and gentlemen.
Great anticipation. Assumed the cross court was there, and as you said, he slapped that winner. So, what's he coming with? Looks like he's going to come with that.
He's got to stay with exactly
drive
what's
Z.
been working. You know, and even if he cuts it off, he leaves it up. Ooh, that's twice he did the same thing. That's
2 match points staved off by Conrado.
Yeah, when Landa gets back in the box, you're not going to see that serve, because that's 2. He did the same thing, killed it nicely.
3-10, game 3.
He's going to the forehand. He got a racket on it. Skipped it in. Point. Moscoso. 4. Sabiendo 2-10. Sorry. 4-10 on that IRF World Championship scoreboard. I'm Dean Baer, and in the booth with Gary Mazeroff. This is our first match of the day. We have many more, ladies and gentlemen.
Better part of a 2-hour match, Dean. So we'll be going to Denny's at 4 in the morning.
Short serve. Segundo. Second serve coming up from Moscoso. He's going to go with that high lob Z probably to the forehand. Nope, he sticks with the nick. Well, that was a kick. Hit the ground first.
Ball live.
Set up now for Landa. Oh, that was around the world. There was some contact before when Moscoso was kind of scooting around. What's going to upset Landa is he has to deal with a Moscoso first serve. But the contact was there.
No call by Potro Torres.
And then when Landa did the around the world, the ball hit Moscoso. So.
4-10. Again. Called a screen on that.
Yeah, that wasn't over in the right.
No arguing. Second serve.
Goes with the nick again. Yep.
He got away with a loose serve that time.
Yep.
So,
easy
folks,
kill shot into the corner.
For those of you that counted Moscoso out, it's now 5-10.
And we got a timeout. USA, Alex Landa. We will take a break. We'll be back for the remainder of Game 3 on the International Racquetball Federation.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try it hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alejandro Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
We are back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Conrado,
thank you for tuning in.
Yes, we're at the end of this match. One timeout left for Alex Landa. None for Conrado Moscoso. Here we go. Moscoso 5, Landa 10. 2 match points already. Bullet, ace. Let's talk about the comeback of Conrado Moscoso. Let's see if it was a football. Nope.
No. Legal serve.
Great.
6-10. Landa's feeling a little more pressure.
You know, Pablo brought it up before. A lot of times, Moscoso's behind in international play, and he runs that comeback. He looks for it. On the other hand, Landa doesn't usually have that comeback. When he's down big, he may get 3 or 4, you know, but he usually doesn't come out on top. So now let's see what happens here.
6-10, folks.
Landa's regrouped. Moscoso serving.
Photon serve short.
Second serve.
He got away with a loose nick attempt last time. Goes with a different one.
Wow, what a return by Alex Landa. Did not expect that. That was flat, Gary.
It was flat.
His 3rd chance now to move on to the finals. Can he do it? See, different serve. That Z serve's not coming.
Let's see if he jams him, goes right.
Forehand.
Oh.
Screen, that went right into the corner.
Well,
now can he appeal it? And if he does, will he just have first serve again?
he can appeal, yes.
I mean, that ball went into the corner. I don't know how that could be how that call can be a screen.
Does he have an appeal left?
Yeah, he's got all of them.
That's a coaching decision.
Now he's telling the ref, make sure you watch the hash mark.
We certainly disagreed with that call. I mean, it's right into the corner. How can it be a screen? But
wow.
3 match points staved off.
That was a bullet straight into that right side corner.
No change in score, 6-10.
Drive serve from Moscoso. Short.
The last time he pushed a half lob. Let's see if he goes back up top with a nick. He does.
But it's going to come off the back wall. He's going to have another
ceiling exchange.
Nice play, Landa. Oh, the pinch. Guys are leaving it up. Beautiful cross-court pass, winner by Landa. That hit the sidewall, Gary. That was a cross-court wide-angle pass. Phenomenal. Moscoso had opportunities in that rally, did not take advantage of it. Landa, fourth time now, going into the box, serving for the match.
So here's another towel timeout. Let's see how long it lasts. Regular timeouts are 1 minute in length in international play. US, 30 seconds. No less than it's a break to regroup for Moscoso.
Fourth chance.
Yeah. By the time Alex serves the ball, Dean, it will have been the better part of 1 minute.
Well over the 10 seconds. But it's good for Landa to get him to regroup and really think of his drive serve, because he's going back to it right here. Goes to the forehand. Landa's second serve has not been good. If I was him, I would go back to that Z serve again. Here's the setup for Landa, behind the back, winner! Landa with the
animation, folks. Animation.
You know, hats off to Conrado Moscoso, because he turned this game into a fight, Gary.
We
didn't see that in the beginning.
He did.
And look at the raw emotion from Alex Landa. Wow. The #1 seed will move on. Let's take a quick look. Look at the kill shot he makes. It's behind his back. Behind his back, winner, and he knew it. Instantly jumped.
What a great match.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Alex Landa in the winner's circle, and then the start of the next men's semifinals. So we'll be back right here on the International Racquetball Federation.
Who passes the flag to William Bell from Birmingham. Give a big round of applause.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm in the winner's circle. Alex Landa, first of all, congratulations. Well-played match. I want to take this opportunity. You shared with me that you had a family member pass, so this win is for him.
Yeah, an uncle passed away yesterday. He had cancer, and this victory is for him and for my entire family from his side.
Okay, so tough match. Game one was your first time playing on the championship court. You needed the adjustment. Moscoso, big lead. You fought back in game two. Game three, you had a big lead again. He came running back. You knew you had to hold him off. You knew he was going to have a little charge.
Yeah, it's tough to play against him. I only play, I think, 1 or 2 times. His server is incredible. You know he's gonna get a lot of free points off of his serve. So I just stay in the game. I just stay focused. I know I was gonna have my chances, and I think I execute well when I have my chances, and I think I run for every ball. I fight for every ball, even though my drive serve didn't work today. I adjusted with the love and with the C serve, and this victory is for my entire team, for all their support, for my family, for my friends, for all the people that is watching me. We are not done yet. Let's go Team USA.
Yeah, Team USA was in full effect there in the front and all the rows on your side. So hats off to them for supporting you. Alex, you made the decision a while ago. You switched your allegiance. You have a dual citizenship. You played for Mexico. Now you're playing for the U.S. Is there a chip on your shoulder to come out here and win?
This victory, it's why I switched from Mexico to USA. And I never regret that decision. And hope I be in the USA team for many more years until I retire racquetball.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Finalists coming up, Alex Landa. Next up on the championship court, Costa Rica, Andres Acuna taking on Colombia's Mario Mercado. We'll be back on the International Racquetball Federation.
The Colorado Springs Sports Court brings top-flight events to Olympic City, USA. Each summer, more than 10,000 competitors gather to compete in the Rocky Mountain State Games. Spectators and competitors from around the world witness the prestigious Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And the annual Labor Day liftoff blends the scenic beauty of Colorado Springs with an awe-inspiring collection of hot air balloons, music, and fun. To learn more, visit coloradospringssports.org.